You know, the little grin that you had, I thought that was going to be much better than it was. I was like, Kyle's got some really great bird. Let me hand it over to Kyle.
Hey, look,
Kyle,
Velociraptor. All joking aside, you love sporting analogies, right? You like them.
Yeah. We have to talk about what's on screen. I'm sorry.
We do have to talk about what's on screen because there is something a little bit unusual.
What just happened?
Got a techies. We got a techies.
At the rate, I mean,
it's the first two picks. So screw what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I think that's their support duo.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Or no, there's no way Fado would play that.
4-position Wraith King and what, 5-position techies?
No, it's Yapsor techies, 100%.
Yeah,
please.
I think so.
Please.
I think Puppy playing the Wraith King.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a stun set up into whatever's blast off.
Look. I don't know how much you've hung out with Team Secret. Puppy has way too much self-respect to ever play techies. Yapsor, on the other hand, the guy is a walking meme. He will play.
He has none.
He would play techies with like a dress on. Okay, he'd do anything just to be essentially funny. And techies, I really don't find that entertaining, but I'm sure it makes you giggle if you blow somebody up with mines. And
somewhere across the world right now, Toby One is literally cackling like a witch. Watching this.
Slacks.
Slacks is also doing exactly the same.
Slacks has been streaming techies since it got added to CM. He was like, I got home last night, opened up Twitch, and there's Slacks playing an entire stream, 12 hours straight of techies.
Really?
Some people just want to see the world burn.
They do.
And he was encouraging and teaching other people how to play techies. It was an educational techie stream.
Really? An educational techie stream from Slacks.
Look at Crystallizer's face. That's a 1,000-yard stare right there.
This is the face
He's doing
where it's
some
like
soul searching.
No, this is the face where it's like, if we lose to Secret first 2 picking techies Race King, like, how bad are we?
Can't we just
like,
report
surely
Slacks
we
as
win
well?
this.
We could. I think.
Isn't that like that's harmful to the community to have a stream like that recruiting techies players? Like, I know they take down ISIS websites, right? Like, this is kind of similar.
I'd argue this is a bigger threat to humanity.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you feel about this, but this is the only time I would suggest that DMCA takedowns are actually good.
Yeah. Somebody hit up ESL. I didn't say that. That was Kyle. Kyle, don't say that about Facebook ESL. Jesus.
Ulrich, if you're watching this, I am available for ESL Birmingham if you'd like to replace the American to my left.
And did not mention anything derogatory about DMCA takedowns or Facebook.
That's true, at least publicly.
That's all that matters.
You've just screwed yourself.
Oh, man. It's just, Navi does have the best opener, I think, that's, like, available nowadays if you're going to have a Wisp, the Wisp Beastmaster. So this is actually, if I'm not mistaken, Complexity, the only other team to pick techies, also opened with it, also a second pick with Sand King instead of Wraith King. And it was into IO Beastmaster.
And lost in 20 minutes.
They did. And I think if Navi was watching that game or looked at it, I think even right now it's already good. They went Dragonite and TA. You get these tanky, high armor heroes in the laning phase that can just sort of lane against techies and not really die to the mines. And then you have TA where the refraction just sort of can allow you to live through any amount of combat. There you go. So, obviously, Secret did their homework.
They know the techies counters.
Hey, I was just trying to give him a softball to make sure he was watching, paying attention.
No, I mean, you're making a good point. I wasn't disagreeing with your point. I was just, adding on. TA has been banned.
Thank you very much for your assistance.
Kyle is so antagonistic that he's not used to gods. You and I will sometimes be like, hey, look, here's this piece of information that supports you. And Kyle's like, yeah, see, I was right. Like, Jesus, God, we're trying to help you out, bro. That's what a panel's all about, is working together.
Sorry, I'm not used to having a team that's got my back.
They had their footprints on your back. Kicked you right out of that one.
Yeah, I think it was someone's shoelace got caught on the kitchen knife, though.
Oh, all right.
Never mind. No worries. I'm not bitter.
Bang.
Doom picked.
That supports what you said. Those are probably the 2 supports at the start.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll run a carry Ace Wraith King. Just doesn't seem like a Ace thing to do.
Bane is an interesting choice, by the way, because you can Nightmare to save through the Techie's Blast Off if you're quick. It's pretty easy to do so. Like, you have that travel time when he's flying through the air, so.
And if you see him, actually. Like, it's maybe a little bit more difficult if he does a tree play.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he jumps out, but he does this nice little and then jumps out. You got plenty of time to Nightmare.
OD. All right, that's interesting. So now they can mine and blast off.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Fast roll to set up for the techies.
Yeah, it's also really nice against Bane and Beast because you have an immediate save for the grip and the roar.
He's not impressed.
And it's
He's like, what is this?
Lil's just thinking to myself, well, things can't possibly get any worse, right? And obviously, he was
I feel
wrong.
like Lil is a techies player. You know, like for the most part, he's got all these weird ass unique heroes. I was going through the recent finals, and he was like I felt like there were so many games where he was playing some unique hero, like 4 position Doom, and they end up picking like great heroes. Like the enemy team picks bad heroes against that, and he just looks good.
Here's a fun list of Lil heroes over the last 3 months: Bounty Hunter, Chen, Tiny, Pango, Dark Willow, Spirit Breaker, Earthshaker, Bane, Dazzle, Shadow Demon, AA, PA, Witch Doctor. Do you want to know what connects all of those? He's lost on all of them and hasn't won on any of them.
Paul, what would we say earlier? You compliment sandwich. Where's the compliment?
Oh, shit. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't do shit sandwich there, did I?
Yeah, what does he want on?
And his hair's great.
All right.
Boom.
I feel like that was sarcastic.
Perfect. Yeah.
No, his hair is great. Have you seen his? I would love to be able to put out off that hair.
Then why don't you do
We'll
it?
get the
I can't.
The hair dye in. Don't worry.
have-
We'll get some bleach.
Hey, if I win TI, I'll get you some Bosley.
What?
It's the hair treatment. You guys, it's commercials.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? No.
No, we don't have that.
No. What do you
I've
do?
never had to use it. So
That explains why everyone's just ugly in England, right? Because they just don't have any options. They just kind of stay ugly forever.
Jesus Christ.
well, let's just add another country to the list of places Kyle can't go to.
Look, I'm sorry,
I'm
just saying.
I thought you were just asking to go to Birmingham.
Yep,
Didn't you just
that's
set
out.
that one right down the fucking
you know-
toilet, Kyle?
You know that even Trump can get into our country now, right? Yeah, and you can't.
I will say I've taken a punch a couple times in my life, but always from a drunk British man on vacation.
Yeah, you're definitely not coming.
I was in Amsterdam. There's so many things to distract yourself with in
Amsterdam's
Amsterdam.
not in England,
They're
Kyle.
all drinking at the bar.
Geography now,
I know,
lad.
but the British are there, unfortunately.
The British are everywhere.
That's what
The British are coming.
everyone
apparently.
in Europe says about American tourists is like, we got
We're
American
not the
tourists.
worst. I'm sure you ask anybody, we are not the worst anymore.
I make a
We're
point when I'm
conscientious. Now,
traveling.
we tip.
When I'm
Right.
traveling in Europe, I make a point to let people know I'm Australian. Like, I don't want people confusing me for someone who's American.
Yeah, just go out right in front of them and
American.
say, hey, I'm descended from a long line of criminals.
Yeah,
You can
people
trust
are
me.
totally okay with that. Yeah, they trust
See,
me.
okay,
The fact
Kyle,
that they trust a
I-
criminal over an American,
Listen,
that
you're
says
not defending
something.
our American
just-
honor very much, but you just keep on hitting the same only insult we have against Australia.
Yep.
I don't know. They have some
I
pretty
mean, but,
nasty spiders
Like,
down
what
there.
else? They're like this little thing at the end of the world. Like, what are you really going to say? I think the flat earthers use Australia as their #1 vacation destination because, it's got to be around there somewhere. That cliff where you fall over into the end of the universe.
Somewhere around there. I think you're onto something, Kyle. That's where you need to go, maybe.
Real quick, though, what's funny to me is that, unironically, some people think Navi might win this game, and they actually think the Earth is flat. Like, it's all a lie.
I think we need to rephrase Kyle's earlier question. What's more likely, Navi in a TI finals or Kyle in a TI finals?
As any kind of form
Does-
of anything.
Look, guys.
I'm going to go with Navi on that one.
Wow.
Damn.
I'm going to give you a shout
Guys,
out.
You need to chill.
Not-
You
not
need to
the
take
first look.
You need to be the next person in that
Yeah.
seminar, dude.
I got the first 2 TIs I win. I'll have way too many shout outs to get to you. But after the third one, I'm going to make sure to add you to my list.
Yeah.
Like you thought I
Part
would
of the
be
list,
here.
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
On the draft, they're actually taking a lot of time. PL, it's a great matchup in truth. The Skywrath pick is real nice. I like that hero a lot against techies too. It crushes OD. And it's core. Core Skywrath
yeah.
with Wisp is nuts.
Yeah, they needed something to deal with this OD because it was such a great 4th pick from Secret.
And the PL is really excellent too, both against techies and the OD and Doom. Really, it's just if he gets ahead, gets to a point where he has like the defusal, maybe a heart, like that third item timing, they give him an Aegis. Like he 1v5s. I actually like Navi's draft. They might win this game.
They have IO Beastmaster first 2 and Secret have Techies Wraith King first 2.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, let's not pretend we have any real understanding of this game. This is one of the few moments where there's a Redditor out there who knows a hell of a lot more about which team's going to win than we do.
And you will find him in the game thread comments writing all about the analysis of the draft and why X Team won 30 minutes after they won.
I'm just surprised there are so many people that seem to know the right way to play techies. I didn't know that existed.
I thought you were going to say right way to play Dota in general, but
no, techies. They don't know anything about Dota, but techies, that's those Element TD players, they know everything about it.
Huh.
Okay.
I'm just so surprised coming today. We've now seen 3 slugs in one day.
Yeah.
And played by different people.
I got to give this game to Navi. I think that this is a hero Dendi. I want to see Dendi on. Like, let him cast spells, run around the map, and just win the game for his team. They have a lot of tower pressure. They have the IO Beast, and I see absolutely no method of killing a tower on the Radiant side. And then there's, of course, the techies.
You know, Kyle, I think you listed a lot of great reasons why Navi is going to win, and that's why I'm still going to say Secret. It's Secret. It's Secret versus Navi. And they've got techies.
You're using techies to support a Secret win. Oh.
Yeah, let me just, unravel this a little bit, right? Just to give God some help, because he needed it last time. I gave it to him and he ignored it. So let's see if he takes this one. Last time Techies was picked was this tournament. Complexity picked it. They picked it into the same first 2 picks, and they lost in 20 minutes. Just saying.
But gods, it's Secret versus Navi.
Okay, next point, Paul. I need another point here.
No, I'm out. I'm done.
You're out of points. I got another one. It's Secret versus Navi.
It's IO Beast Bust. I believe in IO Beast Bust.
This is the same team that managed to make 4-position Terrorblade work, by the way. You think they're not going to make techies look good?
Okay, let's just quickly clarify. You two are going with
Navi.
Okay.
It's Secret.
Right, okay, that's what I thought was going to happen at the end. 2 for Navi, 1 for Secret. Very vociferously, it must be said as well. Let's find out as we head into game number 1.
Apparently, these last couple of patches have completely changed Dota here, because these drafts that we've been seeing in this event have definitely been something. I'm Breaky CPK, joined by Grant. Grant, we got game number 1, Secret versus Navi. Grant, what the hell's happening?
I don't know. I'm interested. It's not even just the techies pick. It's right the Wraith King support pick with techies in the first thing, and then you end it with the Slark. Like they're just bringing. Obviously, we saw Slark a lot with Liquid. They won one, lost. Yeah, won one, lost one. But obviously, the techies thing we have seen it once. Complex. They just failed. They failed with it. And from what I've heard from, I mean, take this with a grain of salt from a bunch of NA pros. They say you run techies in the off lane, and you just you don't run them as the off lane. You run them as the 4, and you just get someone who can lock someone down, like an Underlord and all that. And I mean, they don't really have that, right? And he's actually going safe lane, but blast off, obviously. Well, that's a pretty damn good skill. You just kill someone, you kill yourself, they get no gold, you guys get golden experience,
it's pretty good.
You win the lane. Yeah.
It's so obviously there's just so much to say about techies, and he's going to be the big focus, no doubt, of this match right here. My biggest thing with techies is that in your typical pub game, yes, techies is inarguably, in my opinion, the most annoying hero to play against or with. Yeah. However, on a competitive level, I've seen some decent techies play, not obviously in actual tournament matches before, but in some higher tier games, and it is pretty impressive. And you mentioned already with that level 1 blast off, that's one of the things we should expect in an atmosphere like this, because it does so much damage. I mean, you already whatever the points. Anyways, we also have a puppy Wraith King. I mean, the techies is like overtaking the fact that we have a support Wraith King here as well.
I mean, I bet Kyle's super happy. He was the one who was saying like Wraith King support is gonna be the king, and I was like, well, they're gonna run it as a 4, but obviously techies more of that kind of thing. He's good at the farm, and puppy, well, puppy's just gonna run in and die a lot. I have a feeling. Throw a stun, die, and that's his job. That's a great hero to do it on, right? Yeah,
he's got the skeletons to push. It's gonna be interesting to see how that comes about. We also have a Dendi Skywrath mage.
I'm excited.
Yet another thing with the IO, the analysts were talking about that on the panel a little bit. The IO Skywrath synergy. Again, you don't normally think IO Skywrath with an IO, but you like an Ursa, Tiny, whatever. But there definitely is that there with the Skywrath as well. But you see him off the bat. He's with General currently at the bottom lane.
Yeah, and you know, IO Beastmaster. I mean, it's one of the strongest lanes. You just sit there and you right click. You just spam level 1 axes. You knock them out of the lane. Use all their regen, and then you just have a lead, because Beastmaster obviously can just dominate a lane with those new wild axes.
Puppy finding himself at the top lane.
I'm excited, though. Like you said, I think LeBron's getting one of those two. We're going to see a lot of, I think, Nightmare just avoid the suicides.
Well, there was a good point brought up about that, though. You know, I believe it's Capitalist making the point on that, where as if he's envisioned, sure. But I mean, there is a sound cue, I think. But if he's hiding in the trees, it could be much more difficult. You have to be really fast on those fingers right here. So that is going to be another curious interaction that we can expect to see with the techies in that case versus the Bane.
Is there a sound cue? I honestly, the
well,
only
that's
time
what he was saying, at least,
as
far as the channel up goes.
Yeah, I play with, the only time I play with or against, it's when I play with Sir Action Slacks on my team, and I tell him, if you come to my lane with techies, I'm just going to abandon. So he always just goes to the other lane. I never hear from him again, which is great.
Yeah. I'm actually not 100% because the way Capitalist put it, though, made it seem like that there was. So, yeah, maybe not. But anyways, Yapster playing it. He's getting a little bit of jungle in even, clearing out all the trees from Beastmaster right there. But you see some mines down. So, obviously, level 2, having the mines down. How is that mid matchup going? It's 6-5 OD versus a 5-5 Skywrath right now. It has been a true 1 versus 1 for the most part here. Is this kind of as expected, you think?
It should be. He's not going orb yet. He just went 0-1-1. And, I mean, obviously, Dendy, he's not even trying to harass right now. He's just using his, he's just using it to harass, or just last hit currently. Like, you don't want to waste mana on that. You know eventually you're going to run out of mana and you're in trouble. Unless your IO is sitting middle with you, you do have mana problems early.
Speaking of IO, he is rotating to the middle. He does have a double damage rune. I mean, any hero this early on in the game with a double damage rune is pretty scary. So OD having to respect that Wraith King in the area. But here we go, mid 1. I'm guessing, okay, he does have the imprisonment. Going to use it on the Skywrath. Keep on running. Puppy's nearby for the sun as well. And actually, turn kill on IO is going to be happening. Wow. That'll be first blood for Secret. And Dendy also has to be careful. Puppy, I think that stun cooldown is going to be a little too long, but great turn.
That's just, I mean, and that's why Secret's a tier 1 team, right? Like, you have a position 5 Wraith King just casually strolling through middle. They're going to get first blood on you. You turn it around, and you get the first blood instead. That's just great awareness, Matt. Awareness by Puppy.
Well, that on top of the fact that IO was missing during that time, you know, I don't know if they saw him pick up the double damage rune, but perhaps more information to go with Doom, by the way. He is dropping at the top lane, it looks like. You see Bane hero blocking him a bit. Crystallize running after him. Spirit Lance, I'm guessing maybe going to come off cooldown soon, but no chase. A little too far there. Ace, you should be fine, right? Yeah. Just harassment. General. Oh no. Are we going to see that blast off come into play? The mine's put down? No.
He just kills it for 25 gold. It does take a little bit. I mean, it is free gold. The App Store probably was like, oh, I thought this was still Dota 1. It just explodes instantly. But unfortunately, no.
He's like, wait, I haven't played this hero for a while. Whoops.
It still blows on mine. Wraith King, Techie's opening. Would not have expected that.
Doom, top lane, putting out the net. Trying to keep himself alive. Going for the turn kill. Even great sleep by LeBron and himself, though. They get the kill on Doom first. And LeBron going to take some tower damage. Is that enough? It is. They at least kill him in return. So kind of a last laugh moment for Fatsa coming out as a nice even going to happen there. Puppy?
I don't even think he can hit this rune. I think he went a little bit too early, and they're just going to run at him.
Yeah, true.
Oh, one-on-one. No, he will steal it. All right.
There you go. Wraithfire Blast in the face. Keep on running. See, he has that passive early on as well for the crits to come out.
I mean, hero-wise, Navi just has better heroes, honestly. Like, a team of 5 versus a team of 5. Obviously, you heard Cap. He just said it over and over, and he is correct. I mean, Secret is one of the top 3 teams in the world, and Navi has been struggling. But Dendy Skywrath, where he can play aggressively, do this thing, kind of not even dominate a lane, just win a lane. It's going to be good. And then IO Beastmaster, you really can't name, like, a better offlane than that. So Navi has the heroes. They just have to make it work.
Still haven't seen that blast off come into play just yet from Techies. Look, I'm guessing he has a Soul Ring finish, going to be going Arcane Boots. So, Yapsters for now, he's spending some jungling time, and that is something that Techies can do, of course, right? You know, with those mines, I think especially starting with the level 2 mark, he's not going to insta-kill every camp by any means, but a couple of mines especially, he should be able to take those out effectively.
Yep, and he's keeping his Slark safe, which is all he really needs to do, because mid one, I mean, is technically losing middle, but he's still keeping up. It's 16 versus 20 in CS, and it's not like OD's always the best laner versus some of these heroes, but he stays alive like we saw Astrals himself. Astrals, someone just runs away. He won't die. As long as you don't die, just slowly get those last hits and you're good. I think the biggest is going to be that top lane. PL is pretty much free farming right now. Doom is only 10-1, so... PL definitely, this is one of those games he definitely can solo carry. Obviously, Techies is going to be pretty hard to go against when all your illusions just die instantly from multiple spells.
Do we really know? I mean, again, this is the thing. This is obviously the second example we have technically in the complexity case. It was I mean, you can even ask. We asked Z-Freak about it. It was just frankly an awful game all around. They never really got anything going. So I don't think that's a great example of the hero by any means. Ace bottom lane. Taking some good harassment now. His CS is also decent, but you're right, man. All top 3 3 CS belonging on the side of Navi. And you see Puppy is finding himself down here a lot too. So this essentially has turned into like a defensive tri-lane, and they still can't even deal with it.
It doesn't work. I mean, Puppy's he's a Wraith King level 2. Like you don't actually do anything. Even IO might be getting early boots after next item, but he's just gonna steal rune again. He doesn't have a TP. He might die, but no, nighttime.
Yeah, they choose not to chase it. It would be some time spent, and Denny's like, do I even get the kill?
Yeah, level 2 Wraith King, you're like, oh, 120 gold, and I could go middle and get 160 from a creep wave, you know?
There you go.
No
so
point.
He'll head back mid. You see Doom at the top lane, the double mango strat. Again, seen plenty of that in this event with the mango changes here. But Fata, he's been able to have a decent time at that top lane. CS-wise, maybe not so much, but again, staying alive at least, trying to especially get that level 6 mark. Mid 1, though, I don't want to call it struggling. I mean, CS-wise, he is competing with the Skywrath, but still finding himself a little bit behind here in the middle lane.
Yeah, and he knows something's up. Little's just sitting there with an invis rune. If you can't tell, that's why he's not attacking, because it is actually very hard to tell with that hero, but... No, I loved, and this is when Skywrath is the strongest, right? Laning phase is when Skywrath is the strongest. Then maybe you get like the Aghanims, and that's when you hit like your next kind of point where you just start owning. You hit the double Ancient Seal, double ulti. You're in a good spot. So Dendi is playing this extremely well middle.
Puppy's finding himself jungling in the dire jungle right now, and you see the skeletons are out, so he's going to continue to do that. Now, not for long, though. Bane and Io rotating in, and Bane sets up the sleep. Can he get out of this? Meanwhile, see at the top lane, Crystallize. He's running after Fata. Going to run after him one more time with the Phantom Rush. Now the Spirit Lance, it will successfully get the kill despite the net. Back over to Puppy. He's running away, obviously only level 3, so no TP on top of that. No way he's getting out of there. So the support's rotating over. I think it's worth it. The Skeleton's doing some good damage to Lil. I mean, they're not going to kill him, right? Yeah, they're going to get him low, but not low enough. Yeah, oh my god, so many mines. Peacemaster. Avoid.
Like he sees him. That's so smart. You saw him like right click to get the 25 gold, and then he saw Puppy TPing in. Smart play. That is a lot of gold to be farmed though. Like General now knows that mine's there, right? So eventually he can just go back and it's just free gold instead.
Is this a kill? This should be a kill. Yeah, Axes again. I was gonna say he already used 1 stack, so that's an easy kill coming up for General. I mean, he takes the bounty room, but obviously a pretty big cost there for Puppy. On the Wraith King. Fata top lane again. I mentioned earlier he's doing okay, obviously with that death. Now a couple of deaths even. Crystallize, he's level 8. This is a free farming Phantom Lancer plus more. Yeah,
and I think all the panel agreed. I mean, it was an outdraft technically for Navi, right? Even though Secret probably got what they wanted. But I mean, hero-wise, it's just a complete outdraft. And as long as they play that way, I think they're going to be fine. And they're playing superbly right now.
Ace. Oh, Ace is going to go down.
And
the wild axes you mentioned. His Shadow Dance just popped right before that. Navi, this start is amazing. Io is going to barely stay alive. The sleep is up on Yapsis. He wants to kill Yapsis. He'll get the kill. He tanks some mines in the process, and he gets the hell out of there. Navi outdraft, a bit of outplaying going on as well. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, but I love that because that was the mine the General saw earlier, and I love it. He eats one and then he kills the other one, gets a kill, and he runs out. That's like a 400 gold swing just for an IO right there.
Is it 20? It's 25 gold, 25, right? I believe I see popping up there every mine kill. So
25 plus he just got that solo kill on the techies. So I mean, he's gonna be rich. This is gonna be a rich IO, and you never want to play versus that.
What the hell does? Oh, Mystic Flare, by the way. They're going for the kill. The one use, keeping him alive initially, but the Arcane Missile. That's just so much damage.
Yep.
The bolt hits and it just evaporates him. So I was going to get at though, Slark he's doing okay. He's doing the best on his team. He's still behind all 3 cores on the other side. But what the hell does Slark get here early on? You think?
I think you still. Oh wait. General ults up, doesn't get ace, but I still think you have to go for like the Shadow Blade. Sometimes you do see drums into Shadow Blade, but I still think it's like treads, Aquila, and then just Shadow Blade. I don't think drum's going to do that much this game. You're just going to get bursted so quickly by Skywrath.
Mid one, yeah.
You know, I was going to say, even Shadow, I mean, you have to get the Shadow Blade. It's like, you have to as a slug, but it just doesn't feel like good. If they have a dust, they just dust and grip you, dust and roar you. They have 2 really good ultimates versus that.
That, a great vision team in general with the Beastmaster, of course, that Hawk flying around. So, yeah, this is not going to... Why did they pick Slark, Grant? What is the reason for Slark, you think, this game?
I mean, you just stack him up. He does decently in the mid game versus, like, all of their heroes. The problem is you have to make it to the mid game with items. And, I mean, you just jump on top of a Beastmaster, you're going to just stack up that agility. But it's not like you're going to get those easy kills because Io, he's almost going to be level 6. He's just going to be able to TP anyone out, like, if they do go on him.
Relocate. Going to be ready to go eventually. And
he's just jungling. Like Puppy's, he's actually this is the
most
like
jungle Wraith King right now.
We've seen some axes, and Puppy has done more jungling than the axes. This is it's going to be interesting. But I mean, obviously, you one-shot the creeps with that crit. Feels good. You get the skeletons, and it does go pretty quick. He's level 4.
So there is this perspective. It's techies. One of the notorious things with the techies, why he's just frankly so annoying, because he can delay games forever, it feels like, to an extent. So I guess, yeah, just more going the way Beastmaster will miss that one. But is that maybe going to be the fallback plan for Secret, you think, here? And almost what they're already down 4,000 net worth at 11 minutes in. They almost have to rely on that as mid one goes down to the middle lane. Meanwhile, it looks like Dota setting it up, and Dendy's there with the Flare follow-up plus the Arcane Bolt. So another death on him. But is that, I guess, a reason why Secret should still be feeling okay about this game?
If you have to rely on defending uphill, I don't think you ever feel okay. Of course, you do have him, but even that, right? Like, you see how easy these mines are to kill, and eventually, unless he has an Aghanim, I mean, he's not that scary. So once he gets Aghanims, then you will be. But look at the Skyrat damage.
I know. He has a Veil, by the way. We didn't even mention that yet, but Dendy rushing the Veil on top of Brown Boot, so much damage.
And it's so good on middle Skyrath because you build into it, right? You always want to get double null on that hero anyways, like him or Quap, and then just naturally go into it now.
Well, Yapsters is level 6.
We still haven't seen a blast off, by the way. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Well, no, that's a good point, actually.
It's crazy. That's like, I believe, from what I've heard from, the other NA pros or whatever, is that blast off is his skill early game. That's the thing. And the fact we haven't seen Yapzor use it at all is just, it's different, obviously.
He's got a couple green bombs down there at the bottom lane, so General keeping his distance, using the proximity mines to also push out the lane. Seems like Yapsters is kind of just taking over the bottom part of the map as far as that lane goes, preventing Beastmaster from truly pushing that tier 2 tower and what you can do.
He can do that. He can defend by himself, really. That makes it good, right? Ace can just go to the jungle, go to top lane, and Techies, he can just run a lane by himself, which is nice, because you never know if you can dive him if you're both just going to die if you do that.
Wraith King's in trouble. Primal Roar catches him. You see Odie attacking the Hawk at first. In comes that blast off. Yapsters, though, not enough damage to deny himself in the end, so he goes down to the minions of General after the fact. The Wild Axis will cut down Wraith King as well, and now General, he actually might going for OD even with more support coming in. Mid 1, I don't think he's getting out of this. The Axis helped cut him down. LeBron Dota technically credit for the last hit right there. Navi, a 5,000 net worth lead at 13 minutes in. Navi looking so good here.
Yeah, they are. And I mean, obviously, there's still a lot of time to go, but we were talking about, like, while they were talking about the draft, we're like, this is a very VPS, like, kind of cocky draft. And obviously, I mean, Navi is still a Dota team. It's not like some league team that just came in and is like, we don't know how to play. Navi, if you give them 5 very good heroes like they have, they're going to play it correctly.
Well, something I'm noticing about this lineup, too, from Secret more and more, this goes back to Puppy jungling quite a bit. Techies taking over. These are 2 support heroes, technically, that are trying to farm.
Yeah.
We don't see that ever. Usually one, if not both supports, are roaming around constantly looking for kills, truly supporting their cores, but it's almost seeming like Secret literally is trying to farm on all 5 heroes.
Yeah, which can work if you don't have people getting picked off in the jungle every 1 or 2 minutes, but right now Navi has complete control. They've taken 2 tier 1s, the top and the bottom, which means they can just roam through the jungle whenever they want, both sides of the jungle.
Yeah.
And Navi just has complete control of the map. That's a book. That's almost a book. That's going to be a 15-minute book 3. That is, I mean, the Shadow Blade does nothing now. Pretty much. You're just going to have Beastmaster running at you, one-shotting you, roar, minions.
Yeah, the minions also finding the mines and everything, too.
Yep.
Just another aspect of it. And, yeah, level 3 is coming up, as mentioned. See all those green mines from Techies just going away quickly. So there's all that time investment and everything just going down the drain.
And he's going to be the biggest thing. I think you don't want to overcommit. Puppy is level 6. Now, that can be scary, right? You commit a lot to him. He dies once. He's going to reincarnate. You do have to watch out for, like, the 5-man. They're going to come and save Puppy kind of thing and try to bait a bad fight from Navi. And I think if Navi's smart enough, they don't let that happen.
Yeah.
They just keep doing like this. Go 2, 3, 4-man, run at towers, let Crystallize farm, and he's been known to just solo carry games, and he doesn't even have to.
We saw him yesterday. I mean, in the losing effort against OG, Navi had some marks that were definitely somewhat impressive, and Crystallized, I think, was the biggest thing, right? They built around him. He farmed. Yeah, you see Odie's being locked down here. Jesus. He has a casual Hood of Defiance, but it doesn't matter. The Mystic Flare melts him on top of Phantom Lancer. They also kill the Wraith King. Sure, he has Resurrection, but Puppy, I don't think he's getting away. He is going to get a double kill on Lil, and they go for the tier 2 tower now. Are we about to see a very early game number 1 finish here for Navi?
We might be. I was going to be like a very early GG. Obviously, they have techies, so they don't want to do that, but they could threaten Tier 3. They're going to. I was about to say, this is a very easy Tier 3. Obviously, they have the Hawk as well to scout out anything, like any liftoffs coming from random trees, but, well, all the creeps die, but still, Sejun will do a little bit, and they will defend both towers, top and bottom. I like that. They could maybe do more damage to the Tier 3, but why give up a tower in return?
Yeah, that's 16 minutes in, and the Radiant team still has no tower kill yet themselves. So, sure, that's more gold to be made up if you're secret, a way to look at it, but at the same time, again, much more understanding as why that net worth lead is where it's at for Navi. Wraith King, Helm of the Dominator is being worked on. They're going to find Slark right here now. He gets a Shadow Dance off. And Ace will manage to survive with that, but man, that was close.
Dark Pack does take off Ancient Seal, not just stuns, so very good skill. Yeah, he got it off there. Looked like it might be a kill, but Dark Pact is still, I mean, Slark might not be the best hero, but Dark Pact is the best dispel for sure.
Oh, and by the way, Crystallized, Diffusal Blade Yasha working on the Manta now. That's coming up pretty quickly. We haven't really talked too much about that yet.
It's a support Wraith King, so until he's level 20, the reincarnation, no mana cost, I don't even think he's ever going to get his ult off if Beastmaster or the PL are going to be there.
Why would he get that, though, when he can get more skeletons, right?
True. I still can't believe that. I still want to ask, because it was earlier, who was it again?
I forget who played the Wraith King earlier,
and
but
they
you
did take
that.
the ×2 skeletons instead of the no reincarnation mana cost.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. That's a Tier 3 being
They're going Tier 3 at 17 minutes in. Once again right now, Doom locked in with the Primal Roar. He's going to be in imprisonment to save him initially, but Wraith King goes down. No more resurrection currently, as it's still on cooldown on Oi level 1. They're also going to pick off Fata. Looks like no, he manages to run away with the Scorch Earth, but mid 1, different story. The mines just don't matter right now, as they are just pushing as a team. Buyback from OD already happening. Ace in the Shadow Dance, but he cannot go back in now. Without a Shadow Dance cooldown, there's no way he's feeling comfortable. So they're relying right now on techies to do all that he can to prevent this Tier 3 from going down.
And that was almost a slick play by Ace, but a slicker play by LeBron. He should have been able to kill Little on the back lines, but a nightmare at the very end of Dark Pact means he just couldn't touch the Slark. Or touch the IO, pardon me.
Yeah, kill the IO in the end from Slark right there, but Navi keeps him alive. So, again, they back off ultimately, but that was a buyback on mid 1. Like I was mentioning earlier, he went a casual hood of Defiance. Not so casual. It's almost like it's understandable why he went it because he was behind, but that is setting up for the tone of the game, right? That on top of the buyback, OD is going to be insanely underfarmed for a while now.
And they're going for Roche here, and it's, I mean, this is one of the freest Roches. You have a Beastmaster, you're up 10k at 18 minutes in. You're just going to get a Roche and you give it to Crystallize. Now you actually have someone who can frontline.
There you go. Aegis picked up by Crystallize as mentioned. I guess that Manta style is almost finished. By the way, back to Beastmaster. He's going to have a full mech purchased, because why not? Yeah, that's it. Mech's not an item we see too often, but
I think because that's all techies. There's techies, you're going to get the initial mines. When you push uphill, guess what? Mech will neutralize it for the most part, and you're just right back in there with a Wisp as well. So double mech on a couple.
Those all-important Sentry wards up on Bane currently.
Whoa, hello.
Yeah, that's a mine, and he's like, all right, I'll just run away. Pretty good strat. Gets a vision down, gonna tank this one. That's a lot of life. you see the damage that can come out if they manage to miss it, but Beastmaster's on top of it. I'll take it out.
Again. I'm intrigued to see how deep they go for this Tier 3.
Well, that's a little awkward. He's already at half life, so again, the potential of a techie's running into that stasis trap, but
you have the Wisp plus Mac if they want to, but it's just going to be, there it is, Wisp Mac, and he's full HP. That's the thing. The initial burst of techie's mines is going to hurt, but
Doom. He puts the Doom up on IO. He's still tethered up, though. They turn their attention onto the Doom now. Fata trying to take that damage to walk it off. Oh, my God. Ace is melting in the back row to the Mystic Flare. He gets a shot on top barely, and he manages to walk it off and survive for now. Can he reset mid 1? He ain't living through this. That's going to be a dieback, most likely. Imprisonment will keep him alive just a little bit longer and delay what seems to be the inevitable. Yeah, Wraith King, of course, resurrects. He's coming back up. Techie's just throwing in mines, doing what he can, but Puppy's going to die once again as well. Buyback from Techies. He dies right after. And they're down 3 heroes, getting their Tier 3 pushed. No buybacks.
Yeah, backdoor, but it's going to be off now. And Wisp bot back, or IO bot back as well. But luckily, guess what? He can just come right back to the fight now. He has to, run the long way. He's middle, but that's a melee racks down. It should be a full set if they really want. It looks like they will.
You see the Primal Roar wasn't even used there either from the Beastmaster, so a big tool that apparently Navi didn't even need. in that engagement. So easy Rex kill. They're up 12,000 net worth now, 20 minutes in, and Navi just going to reset and regroup, heal up, maybe even wait for another Roshan. Well, no. I mean, they don't need to at this point. But
Secret's doing this correctly. You have to kill this IO to win the team fight. The problem was now that the new, I mean, not new changes, but the kind of older changes to buybacks is IO's just going to buy back and he comes right back into the team fight. And what are you going to do about it? You can't kill him twice.
Yeah.
You have to use Slark's ulti to get the kill once, and then you're kind of SOL after that.
Is it surprising to you to see Secret still in this game, you think? Not saying that they should be conceding, but again, it's game number 1 of a best of 3. They clearly are running a trial draft of sorts, I think is safe to say.
They're seeing what they can do with this, right? Like, even, I'm sure they've scrimmed with techies. I don't want to say they have, but I'm sure they probably have in the past, and they're still trying to see what this hero can do.
Okay.
Like, not just in laning phase, but also during this middle to late game.
Well, they are definitely holding on here in Tomb. As being pointed out, he does have a Crimson Guard, so that's quite the effective item. It's also, you know, obviously it affects buildings as well, so there's another benefit.
Oh, they want to take. They're gonna. This is a come
to us, please.
Yeah, it is. You're gonna see maybe some bait going over there, but I'm sure Navi's like, okay, where has Yapzor been besides defending top? He has to have another group somewhere, and well.
Well, they fall for it.
It would be funny if they just kill all these and then they GG, because this feels like their one time. Yep, and look at everything's gonna die.
Exactly. Well, yeah, it was. I mean, it's understandable again. Secret trying to make the bait plays you were pointing out, but Navi, they're a little bit too smart for that. So. Not going to fall for it. They're going to the base. Echo Saber just purchased by Slark. Remember the lack of buybacks as well for the Radiant side. So here we go. Could be a bit of a last stand. Crimson Guard going to be activated in defense. Fata, he put his Doom up on Skywrath actually. So missing out on some damage on the side of Navi. Geno throws out that Primal Roar. Didn't need a last fight. Thrown out early this fight. Relocate out. Not the most distance though. They're still here. Just a couple of feet behind. Phantom Lancer. Remember he still has Aegis. Getting low on Crystallize. He takes out OD though for another dieback. Crystallize may end up going down, but the Doppelganger actually keeps him alive. They're going to go for the Radiant melee Rex now, and GG's just called. Just get out of this game, says Secret. All right, the trial draft is not so effective.
Yeah, it was a clear out draft, but you know, I wonder who's going to do it. Is it going to be Red Eye or Kyle who destroyed Catalyst? Because he was the one saying, you know, it's just Secret completely outclasses. But if you draft that poor, I'm just going to say, I mean, it was a poor draft by Secret. Yeah, it was a poor draft by Secret, and Navi is a Dota team, and they're going to beat that. It's simple as that. Dendy had a great middle lane. They won all 3 lanes too. And with it, you draft a techies because he's pretty decent in lane, and then when you lose your safe lane with the techies there, you're in for a world of hurt, and they were